What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. I feel like Yankees fans are about to give Devin Williams the Joey Gallo treatment. That's how bad it's been for Devin. Also, in that same game, Nando and his manager got ejected, and that manager ejection was a lot of fun to watch. Pete Alonso continues to hit baseballs 9 million feet, but the Mets, they had a bullpen implosion of their own. Here comes the Diamondbacks. Matt Olson hit one of the most controversial home runs of the year, mainly because the ball was literally caught, but the umpires declared it an illegal catch based off a rule. We'll talk about it later. Cole Ragans was out of his mind. He's striking out batters at a pace that we haven't seen since, prime Jacob deGrom, and it's time. It's time to call out someone who's been an absolute bum the last few years. And by the way, he's getting paid $70 million to be that bum. So we'll talk about all of that and more in today's MLB recap. This is a series where we do exactly that. We recap every game every single day. So do me a couple favors, leave a like for the effort, and subscribe. Don't miss any of these. And one more thing, super quick, I'm sorry, but I'll be live later tonight on playback.tv/Fuzzy. I'm going to do a giveaway. Every Paul Skeens strikeout is going to be $10, so come hang out. You can get paid to watch me watch baseball. Mariners fans and every other fan base in the AL West is going to have nightmares dealing with this kid for the next decade. Jacob Wilson had 3 more base hits. His first one made it 2-0 after Andy Hoare had a sac fly. Jorge Polanco has kind of been the power hitting Jacob Wilson this year. He's putting everything in play, but he also has 9 home runs. Sevy, he just didn't have it in this one, as Rowdy Tellez, Miles Mastrobuoni, and Brandon Williamson, got you Mariners fans again, Ben Williamson, they all got on with a single, and they were RBI singles. Shea, we call him Shea Bangaliers. That's his 7th home run. Lawrence Butler, he knotted the game back up as Kurt scores. And by the way, Kurtz, he's hitting .295 with a .360 on base his last 7 games. Imagine how good this A's team is going to be when his power shows up. Anyways, we're in the 10th inning because both teams traded a run, and Seattle actually took the lead on a Mastrobuoni sac fly, but Jacob Wilson doesn't mind at all. More chances to up his hit total. That's an unearned run, by the way, against Munoz, who still has a 0 ERA. He then struck out 3 in a row after that Wilson single to push it to the 11th inning. Hogan Harris, he shut out the Mariners in the top half, so here he is again, the real-life thorn in your side. Jacob Wilson walks it off. 3 base hits, 3 RBIs. He's top 4 in batting average, base hits. The A's have won 2 games in a row. They're now 20-16, just 1 game back of first place. Do not be shocked at all if they go out and add some pitching at the deadline, or at least before the deadline. It's still a month or 2 away. The Yankees are for sure going to add some pitching depth as well, because it's getting a bit scary for one of their superstar relievers. Also, Nando got ejected for the first time ever. What in the world happened in this game? Even on this play, Ben Rice, he laced one down the line. Tatis got it in quick. It hits Ben Rice. Judge's off for home, and he's still out by 2 steps. He's going to be 34 years old. He just doesn't have that in his tool belt anymore, but I respect the effort. Trent Grisham, he will not quit. 9 home runs, 17 RBIs. He's still batting over 300. When he knows it's gone, he knows. He has one of my favorite bat flips in baseball. There was another rain delay. It seems like it was raining everywhere. Even in Vegas, it was raining yesterday. We're back after a while. Yuki Matsui, he gave up a 3rd run on a Volpe sac fly. So Devin Williams, he gets handed a 3-0 lead. All he has to do is get it to Mariano Rivera, and that's a walk. And to Tyler Wade, of all people, Yankees fans, you can't do that against Tyler Wade because he can fly. Same with Brandon Lockridge, who dunked in a single to get 2 on Fernando. The airbender, he still airbends that changeup. The Williams changeup is still disgusting. And that one pitch basically caused the Tatis ejection all by itself. Tatis was not happy. Mike Shilt's face was turning red in the dugout. He's irate. And I wonder what Nando said after striking out. He's gone. Mike Shilt then went on a rampage after finding out that Tatis got ejected. Hands are flying everywhere. Curse words left and right. Honestly, that was a fun one to watch. This, however, was not, if you're a Yankees fan. Another walk. Devin Williams is out after loading the bases. Weaver's going to try and put out the fire. But there's Manny with a 2-run double down the line. Those go to Devin Williams, and he's cringing in the dugout. Xander, add another to Devin's ERA. Xander's 2nd base hit makes it 4-3, and Robert Suarez, he came in and shut it down for his 14th save of the season. The Padres are winners of 6 in a row, but we have to talk more about Devin Williams for an extra moment or 2 because he's now allowed 13 earned runs in 11 2/3 innings this year, right? He allowed 13 earned runs combined in 2023 and 2024, which was over 80 plus innings. His fastball is completely broken, and that might be an understatement. Opposing hitters hit 111 against the fastball last year, so essentially unhittable. Hitters this year are almost batting 400 against that fastball. They're basically turning in a Tony Gwynn anytime that Devin throws the fastball. Nestor Cortez has been out for a while. Caleb Durbin has been very mess so far, but he's still young, but it's kind of been a bust for both teams, the Brewers and the Yankees so far. Now, I do expect Williams to lock back in and Caleb Durbin to be a little bit better as he ages. But man, so far, it's been just a stinky trade to start 2025. Former Yankee time, Alex Verdugo has been reborn. Nick Allen, he took off on the hit and run, and Doogie placed it perfectly. Nick ran all the way around from first base to score. By the way, Verdugo had 2 more doubles in this one. He's hitting over 320 with a 385 on base and more walks than strikeouts. And I just got to remind you guys that this is bearded Alex Verdugo. He's just different. Austin Riley, he found some grass up the middle, so he's up to 25 RBIs. Oh, this is going to be tough. Matt Olson, he line went to left field. I can't even show you guys a replay of what just happened because I saw this live. I immediately was sending all my prayers to the rookie Tyler Calihan because he literally put his body on the line. He had an awful arm injury. Again, I'm not going to show the replay. Olson, he gets rewarded with a 2-run inside the park home run because Rule 5.09A1 states that a fielder must hold on through a collision, so that's not a catch, but he 100% caught it like he voluntarily threw his glove off. A lot of fans are saying that MLB needs to rework that rule because he did in fact catch it. The collision didn't force the ball out. He literally threw his glove off because his arm, I'm not going to say it. After that, 22-year-old AJ Smith-Shawver went crazy. He diced up the Reds with a couple punchies. He went 7 no-hit innings. He ends his 7th inning with his 5th strikeout of the night, and Santiago Espinal ruined it. He's been red hot lately, so it was only a matter of time. He spoils the no-no, but AJ does go 8 on just a 1 base hit. A double play ends his night. Nick Allen with the long throw ends it as the Braves, they shut out the Reds. So the red hot Reds have now lost 3 games in a row. The Braves are 16-18. They are so close to being a winning ball club again. More bullpen implosions coming right up. What all led to that, huh? Well, Corbin Carroll drilled his 10th home run of the season. He had a big game. He got on base 3 times, and he showed off the arm, which doesn't happen super often, but maybe MLB The Show can give him a little bit of boost. Please, I would love maybe an 80 arm strength Corbin Carroll. That'd be awesome. Soto, he got walked on 4 pitches. It kind of felt like it was one of those intentional walks to get to a righty, but that righty is Pete Alonso, and I don't think that walk was on purpose. Pete now has 5 base hits against Ryan Nelson. 4 of them have been home runs. He's batting .350 on the year with 9 home runs, 33 RBIs. Lindor, I think he got it. He did a 3-run home run. It seemed like that ball had a jetpack attached to it. The Mets are going to hand Griffin Canning his 5th straight W. He's the first Mets pitcher since Wheeler in 2018. And wait, are they? Dedanel Nunez, he's making his season debut. He was the human shredder last year with 48 strikeouts and 35 innings. His command was all over the place. He leaves after walking all 3 hitters. Reed Garrett, he's now in with the bases loaded. Let's see if he can clutch up, unlike Luke Weaver. And just like Luke Weaver, he gave up a couple base hits. Josh Naylor, that's an RBI single to center. Gino went to center as well, but a whole lot further. It stays in, but it's now a 5-4 ball game. Still just 1 out. Reed, he got Moreno to chase, and Lourdes, he dropped his PCI. But the Diamondbacks, they were not done trying to make a comeback. We're in the 9th now. Alec Thomas got on via an error, and holy tag, Francisco Lindor just barely tagged his cleat or leg area. A lot of people are saying that was not conclusive. That was conclusive. It was clearly out. The Mets barely hang on. Edwin strikes out Corbin for his 8th save. The Mets are now 23-13. The Diamondbacks are 18-17. But yes, Mr. Griffin Canning, the newcomer, does become the first Mets pitcher since Zach Wheeler to win 5 starts in a row. The Mets have 23 wins, and I think the Dodgers are going for their MLB best 24th win, but I'll show that after this game because Yelich yanked one. Hold on, I got to show this because they scored right before that. Joey Ortiz, he is fast. He made it to second on a blooper. He then scored on the William Contreras single. Contreras, he doesn't have to work as hard to score because, he can take his time. Yelich ripped one. His 6th home run sailed out in a hurry. That ball went 415 feet. Yelich then stole a base in the 8th inning to get into scoring position. I know we skipped a lot, but he's got a sneaky 6 home runs and 7 stolen bases. Hoskins stayed hot. He has a 425 on base his last 15 games. Jake Bauers then knocked in the pinch runner, Daz Cameron, so the Brewers went easy 5-1 as Tobias Myers. He only allowed 1 run over 5. He's been a really nice find for the Brew Crew since last year. This next game had it all. We have Ohtani big flies. Agustin Ramirez had a helicopter home run. Again, it was fun. Mookie, he started off with a single, and he scored standing on the Teoscar double. By the way, Teoscar had to leave early with something to his leg. I hope that he's all right. Kyle Stowers, by the way, he's awesome with the bat, but out there in left field, he really has to work on his reads and routes. Shohei, he worked a nice walk in the 3rd inning. Now he's off for the races. He's in the double-digit steal club. That's his 10th home run. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. Obviously, we know what's coming next if I'm Freudian slipping home runs. That's his 10th stolen base. Sandy, I thought he was going to get out of the jam, but Frederick, he can make 98 with movement look like nothing. He's 35 years old, and he's on pace for his best season ever. He's on pace for a .340 batting average with 44 home runs and a 1 45 RBI season. Hehsong Kim, there it is, his first big league base hit. This Kim kid is a blast to watch. It's only been a few games, but now he's off for second. He's 2 for 2 in the big leagues. Remember, he was 13 for 13 in AAA before getting called up. Shohei, how hard did he hit this? I already hinted at it with that Freudian slip. 118 off the bat. That's the hardest hit home run by anyone. Shohei now has 9 home runs and 10 stolen bases. That's a casual 44 home run, 48 stolen base pace. We have another first. Hehsong Kim's first career RBI. He is a firecracker. Kim as a 9-hitter could be a big problem if he keeps this up. The Dodgers, they win easy, but I do want to show a Titanic blast. Agustin Ramirez. Dude, this ball had a family. He had 3 kids, a wife, and he was about to cash out his 401k and enter early retirement to buy his dream house. Yeah, Agustin has my new favorite right-handed swing in all of baseball, and that's a good question. Who is your favorite swing in baseball right now? The Dodgers won by 3. The Royals also won by 3. No one is ever going to beat the Royals when Cole Ragans is on, and wow, was he on. His changeup was pinpoint accurate. He was dotting away. Then occasionally he would break out the 97-mile-per-hour heater, maybe a slider as well. He had 7 strikeouts through 3. He ends the 4th with another one, so 8 strikeouts through 4 scoreless. Shane Smith, he's been awesome all year. He tried his best to go 4 scoreless, but this basically ended the game. Maikel Garcia, he's been seeing red. He has a 375 batting average his last 15 games. That was the only run that Ragans and crew needed. He has 9 strikeouts now. Now double digits. 11-5 is impossible, right? Oh, no, it is possible. He unleashed a nasty knuckle curve, 11 strikeouts in 5 innings. That's his 4th double-digit strikeout performance his last 6 starts. He now has 369 strikeouts in 293 innings as a Royal, and this year, he almost has a 14.5 strikeouts per 9. That is road to the show level stuff. Bobby, he adds an insurance run. He hit 2 baseballs, 110 plus miles an hour in this game. Vinny Pasquantino, that's a crazy double play. The runner was pretty much in no man's land. I don't really blame him for that. Drew Waters, he's been awesome lately. 350 batting average with 6 extra base hits and 8 RBIs his last 14 games. Carlos Estevez had an 8-pitch ninth. He's up to 10 saves. The Royals have won 3 games in a row. They're the 3rd team in the Central to 20 wins. We have another game won by 3, but this was the most back and forth of the last 2. Someone's got to check Miles Michaelis' birth certificate because Brian Reynolds might be his father. Brian is now hitting 350 with the 940 OPS versus Miles and 46 career plate appearances. Now, the Cardinals did answer right back with a Jose Barrero solo home run. I think that's his first as a Cardinal. He's 6'4". He's a monster, and he showed a lot of power in the minor leagues, but he's been the prototypical 4A player. He just gets absolutely carved up the second he steps foot on a big league diamond. Alec Burleson has not really done anything this year. Make it back-to-back games with the home run. Carmen Majinski, he's got to be having nightmares when he goes to bed about what happens after the 2nd inning. In the 1st and 2nd inning this year, he has gone 14 shutout, a 0 ERA. After that, teams are batting over 400 from the 3rd inning on. That just sounds like a reliever in the making, especially when Jared Jones comes back and you have Bubba Chandler probably getting the call sometime soon. Adam Frazier, he bailed out Carmen from taking the L, so he also sees Miles Michaelis very well. He's batting 390 versus Miles. Now, at least Michaelis helped himself out a little bit with the double play to leave the bases loaded, so that means that this is a go-ahead 2-run moonshot off the bat of Wilson Contreras, who's batting 393 with 4 home runs and 12 RBIs the last 15 games. The Cardinals kept going. They filled the bases for Jose Barrero, who would have cleared them if this ball didn't bounce over. That's a 2-run double, so he had 2 extra bases, 3 RBIs in 1 game, and then Ryan Helsley, the flamethrower, that was a .102. Jeez, no one's hitting that. Maybe unless you're Kyle Stowers. But Helsley now has 6 saves. The Cardinals have won 3 games in a row. They're 17-19. Do we think that the Cardinals are going to add before the deadline? Like, can they be an 85-90 win team with this offense? The Pirates, they're 12-24. Skeens, Reynolds, and Cruz, they should all be allowed to start their own team. Like, expansion team started by these 3 dudes. But now we got to call out someone because Brian Hayes is becoming one of the biggest busts in MLB history. He was once a top 50 prospect from 2019 to 2020, and he went crazy in 2020 with a 377 batting average and 5 home runs in 24 games. So because of that, he moved all the way up to the 9th ranked prospect in baseball. Since that point, sure, he's played some really good defense, but he's been an abject failure in the box and a borderline automatic out. He has an 83 WRC plus since 2020. If you don't know what that means, WRC plus is out of 100, so he's been 17% worse than the average hitter, but the last 2 seasons, he's been otherworldly bad. He has a 62 WRC plus since last year and only 17 extra base hits his last 130 games. I think 20 hitters this year have 17 extra base hits already, and he's not playing for free anymore. He was given a $70 million extension. He's not a free agent until 2030. What in the world do you do with Ke'Bryan Hayes? Because it's getting so bad. Honestly, a call out is necessary, and a lot of Pirates fans are saying, dude, we love his defense, but he's an automatic out. He's the Miles Straw of infielders without the speed. So we know that the Cardinals offense is really good, but this Cubs lineup is on another level. Dansby Swanson is an 8-hitter. We'll talk about him in a second. Ian Happ, he's currently crushing baseballs. That's his 3rd home run. If there was a hall of very good, Ian Happ would be making his way into that because he's a walking 60 extra base hits. He's always in the mid to high upper 300s for on-base percentage, and of course, he's always playing that Gold Glove defense. Luis Matos, this is easy power. His 2nd home run in 3 days. I keep waiting for the breakout. PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong, he is so fast that he makes platinum glovers rush. That's a rare Matt Chapman error. He kind of had to peak early. He missed the most important part, and that's fielding it. Now, we've talked about this all year. Free outs equals free runs. Dansby, he cashed in 2 of them. It was with 2 outs, so again, it should have been the end of an inning. The 8-hitter, Dansby, has 20 RBIs and 7 home runs. Okay, and now their catcher, he's still having a historic start. Carson Kelly now has 8 home runs and a 500 on base. You heard that right, a 500 on base in 20 games. He's getting on base half the time. Pete's speed caused another Giant to panic. Willie, he panicked through that. It got away. He and Chapman both committed 2 errors in this game. Here's Matt's 2nd of the game, and here's the first walk for either team, and of course it came with the bases loaded. Happ, he has a 3 RBI day on a sac fly. Birdsong, he gave up 5 in relief, but only 1 of those runs were earned runs. Spencer Bivens, he got his ground ball, but it found a hole. Seiya secures a 2-run single. The Cubs, they run away with this one with a 9-2 victory over the 22-win Giants. The Cubs have scored 217 runs. The next best is the Yankees with 190, so they've scored 37 more runs than anyone else. So those were the only games from yesterday. I'm going to call it right there because I'm pretty busy as well as my editor, so we got to get this video done ASAP. But thank you guys for supporting. I'll catch you guys later for that Paul Skeens giveaway on playback.tv/fuzzy. Enjoy the web gems.
Third, Nicky Lopez from his first to second. There's one to first. And Harry's smile. He was the star of that rotation. What a stop by Marte. Perdomo. Pitch is whacked towards short. Barrero, nice pick. Strong throw. Now he's become one of the elite hitters in the game again. Fraley, the long run makes the tumbling.